Okay, order of operations. The order that we need to simplify expressions is to first work inside the parentheses, okay, or other grouping symbols, meaning we could have some brackets, or we could even maybe have curly braces or something else. But oftentimes you'll see parentheses and brackets cooperating with one another. So we'll do parentheses first, okay, P first, parentheses. And then we'll work inside the exponents. Okay, so we'll deal with exponents next. Then after exponents, we'll do multiplication and division in order from left to right. And then we'll do addition and subtraction in order from left to right. So multiplication and division are on the same level. And addition and subtraction are on the same level. Because really they're the same operation, they're just inverses of each other, right? So first we're going to do parentheses, then exponents, multiplication, division, then addition, subtraction. And if you read these letters out, P-E-M-D-A-S, you see you have this word PEMDAS. Okay, it's not a real word, but it's just an acronym, PEMDAS. And if you memorize this acronym, then it'll help you remember what order to do things in. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Let's put PEMDAS into this problem. Let's see how it will help us with this problem. Multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Okay, so if we're working here, first we're going to do inside the parentheses. So we have 20 minus 4 first. So copy down everything else, 9 plus 3. Inside parentheses we have 20 minus 4, which is 16, okay, and then divided by 8. Okay, and now we're going to, we don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents. I mean, we do have these parentheses, but with the 16, there's nothing to be done inside the parentheses. So we're going to move on. There's no exponents, there's some multiplication and division. So we'll do that in order from left to right. So this is the leftmost multiplication. We're going to do that first. Let's copy down everything else. 9 plus 3 times 16 is 48 divided by 8. Okay, good. And so we're going to continue. We don't have parentheses, we don't have exponents, but we still do have multiplication and division. We did this, so the next thing in order from left to right is 48 divided by 8. So we'll copy down the 9 plus 48 divided by 8 is 6. Okay, great. And then lastly, we're going to do the addition subtraction step. Don't have anything else left. And 9 plus 6 is 15. So 15 is our simplified answer for this original expression. Good job. Okay, let's try this one. We have some exponents in this case, so remember the order of operations, parentheses first, then exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So we want to work inside the parentheses first. We have 4 minus 6 inside these parentheses. So 4 minus 6, we'll do, copy down everything else, negative 4 cubed minus 4 minus 6 is negative 2 squared, and then times negative 3. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and expand. We're going to do these exponents next. Okay, we already did everything in the parentheses that can be done. We can't do anything in here, can't do anything in here, can't do anything in here. So then we move on to exponents. I'm going to go ahead and write these out just so that we can get a good feel for what's going on. This is negative 4 cubed, so negative 4 times itself 3 times. Okay, minus negative 2 squared, so that's negative 2 times itself twice, and then we still have the times negative 3. Okay, so in here, we this exponent, negative 4 cubed, the 2 negatives will cancel out, and we'll still have 1 negative left over. So this is 4 times 4, which is 16, times 4 again, which is 64. And it'll be negative because we have 1 negative left over. Now minus, and over here we have 2 negatives and a third negative, so let's do negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Okay, so we have negative 64 minus negative 12. The two minuses can combine to plus, and now we're on the addition subtraction step. So negative 64 plus 12. Remember to subtract and keep the sign of the quote-unquote bigger one, right? Negative 64 isn't really bigger than 12, but it has a bigger absolute value. So we're going to keep the sign of this one. All right. So we'll have a negative answer, and when we subtract, we get 52. All right. Negative 52. Great. Okay, what do we do when we have a numerator and a denominator? We're going to simplify each one separately, and we're going to put them back together. Or we can simplify them at the same time, just distinguishing between the numerator and denominator. Okay, so I'm going to do them at the same time, but don't let doing them at the same time confuse you. Okay, so in the numerator, we're going to follow order of operations. That tells us to do things inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to copy down everything else. And inside the parentheses, we have 4 minus 6, which is negative 2. Okay, now let's look at the denominator. In the denominator, we also want to follow order of operations. There are no parentheses, so we'll do exponents first. So let me again copy down everything else. And then what is 4 squared? 16. Okay, great. Now let's continue in the numerator. We don't have any parentheses left. We can't do anything in here. We don't have any exponents. So we're going to do multiplication and division in order from left to right. So I'm going to copy down the 8 plus, and then do 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. In the denominator, again, we don't have any parentheses. We've done the exponents. So we're going to do the division in order from left to right. 16 divided by 8 is 2. Okay, great job. All right, let's continue. What is negative 8 plus negative 10? Negative 18. And what is 4 minus 2? 2. And then now we have a simplified numerator and a simplified denominator. We want to simplify the fraction as a whole. So can we reduce this? Negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. All right, perfectly reduced answer. Great.